Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, my fellow YouTubers. Welcome to another edition of Airy Sky Ridley's video blog. I'm Airy Sky, and that's Trusty Moppy. I'm sorry if I'm using a crappier camera tonight. I was gonna sit down on my tablet to do this in bed, but maybe I'll do it tomorrow for you guys. But let me just tell you what's going on, okay? So a lot of you out there has been complaining and saying things negative, like, whatever. Look, we all make mistakes, okay? But I'm not going to stand here and take shit from anyone, okay? This is my channel, okay? And frankly, here's how it goes. I'm not going to have any. By the way, Higgins, you're not in the doghouse, okay? We just all have to cope in our own way, okay? Let me just tell you what I think happened, okay? And I want to tell you, and Pee-wee, if you're listening to this, I don't give a damn right now because I'm speaking here. So if you want to basically be miserable and post comments, you'll get your chance, okay? Feel free to. It's a free country. But I will delete negative comments, okay? I love you, Pee-wee, by the way. The problem with Americans is they've spoken, okay? I'm not against Donald Trump, okay? There's people out there in the country. They sit there and they say, oh, well, Donald Trump was wrong. Maybe. I mean, he didn't share his tax records. Other people do. He's been convicted of tax evasion, supposedly, 34 counts. To me, it's not a big deal, but that's just me, right? I mean, literally, there's ways around things. I mean, look, I know guys that are Trumpers that will basically violate the laws to pay for their property taxes. Yeah, and by the way, I'm wearing my other glasses, okay? Then there's people that do other things like violate the law to use a ham radio and violate the law for this and violate the law. Look, when I went ahead and decided to do the radio thing for me and Chloe, it was cellular based. Yeah, it's kind of expensive, but guess what? It works, okay? I don't complain. Now, there's people out there in the country, in the world, talking about how Donald Trump needs to be assassinated. Donald Trump needs to be plugged. Sorry to say, but I don't think so, okay? Leave it go. I got family members always talking about that, talking about it all the time, right? I don't care, okay? Oh, well, it's my first rights amendment. As long as I can talk about it, it's going to be talked about. I'm tired, okay? Now, here's what I want to say to all of you tonight. Now, I said I would basically probably disappear. I didn't say I don't have to do videos offline. Now, the live videos, I don't want to deal with the comments. Okay? Sorry, Brother Higgins. Maybe we'll talk tomorrow, but okay. Now, before Higgins says, oh, you're drinking. Yes, I'm drinking. Okay, I got a cold beer. Okay. Now, I want to talk to you guys about something important. Okay. Pee-wee, I love you dearly. Okay. You're not a problem. All right. I'll tell you what the problem is of America. All right. And don't say anything negative about prophecies. Okay. The last election, Biden was one, but you're like, oh, yeah, the election was on. Maybe it was. Maybe it wasn't. We'll never know. Now, if Donald Trump can get through and find out it was stolen, well, it may change my tune. Okay. But right now, we're talking about YouTube algorithm, which I'm hoping one day maybe he can fix. Okay. If you're listening to this, Donald, I'd really like to get the algorithm thrown out so I don't get flagged every time I'm talking about something that may be true about possible things that they're flagging me for. Okay. Just saying. All right. Now, I've seen a lot of videos out there where there's people complaining about the price of groceries. If you don't like the price of groceries, get off your lazy ass and go to fricking Costco or Sam's Club. Now, there's a lot of people out there. Look at my doggy. Isn't he so cute? Oh, you guys can't see him. He's sleeping. Let me see. There's a lot of people out there tonight in panic mode, okay? Yes, I will admit. I read the polls. I was told. I've been analyzing everything. This is why I've spent half the day or more. Okay. Now, Pee-wee, I don't want to hear you sit there. Oh, yeah, the witch and la la la. Well, let me just tell you about the witch, okay? The witch is getting Right here. See this? The witch is filling this out. Do you see what it says? It says, application for a U.S. passport. The witch wants to leave to Canada. Yeah, it's all filled out, by the way. And there's the price, and then there's this, and there's that. Okay. Now you're wondering why. Well, they're afraid. What are they afraid of? Well, I don't care for Donald Trump, okay? I don't care if Donald Trump sets Pee Wee's or Higgins' house on fire. I really don't care, okay? That's my opinion, all right? But I've always been a champion of protecting Donald Trump. And guess what happened? You excessively booze, the Secret Service doesn't care if Chloe's standing around half naked, threatening the life in a bathtub of, well, let's just say buck naked, in a bathtub. 7-8 years ago, before I met Pee Wee, in a bathtub, threatening Donald Trump, his life, and they don't care. Okay, it's like, well, she's mentally ill. But here's where I get to the point of no return. Okay, I don't support assassinations. I don't support any violence. Okay, what I do support is people sitting there and looking at the big picture. All right, now with me, I've seen enough political things beforehand. All the data was coming to me said that there was going to be a blue tsunami. All right, we didn't get it. We got the red wave. Okay, again, unless you're going to be polite to me and you don't poke me with your political crap right now, you can email me. Okay. Anyway, moderator Zoe basically messaged me as well as kind of, trying to keep me in the loop, and she doesn't know. I mean, look, we got several problems coming up, okay? And I can't sugarcoat this tonight. I will not sugarcoat anything tonight, okay? But it goes like this. I've listened to people out there, African Americans, oh, we're going to all die. We're all going to die. Okay. My father, oh, you need to do this and you need to do that. Okay. Chloe's mom, you need to make sure my little girl, it gets a passport so I can get taken care of. Okay. They're paying for the passport. Sounds good to me, right? Then you got the other problems of the world. Now, you're wondering what's going on. Well, all these people saying, oh, we're safe till January 20th. Maybe, but I don't have any beef with Donald Trump as long as I'm left alone. The problem is, what if here's how I see things, okay? And I'm a logical person, but I needed to regroup, okay? Cheers, Phil, if you're watching this. It goes like this. We all need to regroup. And Pee Wee, I love you dearly, so hopefully you don't insult me ever again, okay? I love all of you. When we regroup, it doesn't matter who's president, okay? I was more shocked at... First, I was watching the polls, right? And I couldn't figure out how it was like, Zoe was like, oh, they're going to close this poll and this, right? But unfortunately, they did, right? Then you can say, oh, well, you know what? I'm happy that Donald Trump's president for you guys, okay? Now, for me, I'll tell you why I'm not happy. But I'm not going to basically sit there and poke something that I don't know anything about. I'll be honest, okay? But the American people are entitled to know what's going on, okay? Maybe a lot of Hispanics are pissed off and they don't know about Costco or Sam's Club and they're complaining about groceries. Maybe. Okay, that's cool. But abortions weren't that big a deal on the ballot. Well, remember what I said in my videos before Pee Wee says, ow, don't start with me. I can drink another gallon of beer and I'd still basically be outdoing everyone. But tonight we're going to be talking about what I'm thinking, okay? This is my channel. I said in my videos of the election, even Zoe and I talked, where's these women who sit there and say, oh, Abortion, we're protecting our abortions for our grandkids, kids, grandkids, grandkids. I ran into the steam cleaner guy, looked at me today, and he says, what happened? And I sat there and I said, you want a beer? He said, yeah. So we sat there and we looked at each other and I said, I don't know what happened. He says, I don't either. I said, it was one hell of a campaign. You know what it is? The American people. There's 3 things I can tell you, maybe 4. One is, it was about race, okay? They didn't care. Donald Trump represents the United States. Good for Donald Trump. See? I'm not going to be going up against him. 2, it's all about race. So, you know, remember, 4+ years ago, 5 years ago, whatever, the sister Pee Wee said that she's part Filipino. He could just turn around and sit there, oh, you look more Filipino, pack her up, and send her off to the Philippines. He could do that, right? That could be Donald Trump. Then what happens, right? But we're not here to talk about what he's going to do to Pee Wee. We're talking about, as an example, he said, vote for me once, you're not going to have another election. So I want to ask you, just hypothetical tonight, okay? What if Pee Wee and the Higgins and the Ritas and the Zoes and the Chloes and the Chloe's dad, my father-in-law, and all your family members, Pee Wee, and everyone else around, can't vote in 2026 because he gets suspended, or 2028 because he wants to stay in power? Are you willing to allow him to stay in power after a second term? There's so many idiots out there, okay? I'm going to call them idiots, all right? These people are morons, okay? Until we actually have the concrete facts, okay? And Zoe, Pee Wee, Higgins like, oh, well, you're not. I don't want to hear anything from Higgins' mouth when it comes to January 6th. There was deaths, okay? Most of the cops committed suicide. I'll give you that, Higgins. But when I saw the thing where Ashley Babbitt was going to hop into a window and get plugged, well, the gun was there and she was going to hop in the window, okay? But we're not here to argue about Ashley Babbitt. We're here to talk about what's going on in the world of politics, okay? The American people are tired. The American people are fed up. Yeah, think about it. The American people, I mean, look, you got higher price rent. You could go to Costco and get it cheaper. I've learned that I had to go through backdoor channels to get Walmart to deliver corned beef. Yeah, corned beef, okay? I wanted to try corned beef. Now, I love all of you. Do I blame the Republicans? No, I don't blame the Republicans for their ground game. They did in my opinion, they did the lazy Susan. They just put themselves on the ground and rotated. Well, everyone else was doing the ground game and knocking at doors. I mean, look, I kept getting pissed off as I was telling Zoe every day, do you want to donate $47 to Kamala Harris? Now, Pee Wee could sit there and say, right? Or Higgins, I don't want to spend $3. I don't want to spend $9. Would it help? No, because the numbers were true. The numbers was they had $2 billion apparently, $1.5 to $2 billion. I'm not sure, $1 to $2 billion in war chest funds. And guess what? They're asking me for a stinking donation. I'm disabled, okay? I'm not gonna donate to a campaign not even to Donald Trump because I'm poor, okay? And yet, I thought, 2 of the commercials, maybe 4, were great. But guess what? However, what happened is people were complaining about 2 things. First it was immigration, first it was economy, second was immigration, and third was abortions, okay? States are doing the abortion thing. Zoe said to me, abortions shouldn't even be on the thing. Remember what I said to you guys the other day? Pee Wee and Higgins, don't start with me. I said abortion is the one thing that they're running on. That's it. It's a waste of time. Literally. I may be a woman. Pee Wee's a woman. But we're not going to be worrying about abortion things, okay? Secondly, immigration. Now, mind you, I'll tell you my opinion on immigration now, okay? I got a woman who spent over $500,000. Pee-wee, take note of this. $500,000, 3 years. She's got a guy she's married to in Belize, but they won't give her a special visa, the K1 visa for marriage up here. I could have done the wedding for it. Instead, the illegal Hispanic illegals are coming on droves, or Arabs or Muslims playing for political asylum. And yet, it could take 7 to 10 years while they're going through the courts for political. Meanwhile, we're taking care of these freeloading people who may or may not need the services. Now, mind you, we won't go there, all right? I can feel for Pee-wee. I can feel for the rest. But when I was living in Hispanicville, the only thing I complained about with my husband, again, no arguing with Pee-wee or Higgins, was the fact that we couldn't get into the welfare office within 2 hours. We had to wait till closing because Hispanics and African Americans come in. Oh man, I need my check. I need my check. And they're wearing gold chains, having a leather coat, and driving a Corvette. We're sitting there going, my husband's like, yeah. So, point is, we always thought we were not the race that we were meant for, but I was never a white supremacist. Okay, now there's a lot of people they think that Donald Trump relates to the American people, so he can be racist, he can be a fascist. I mean, literally, personally, let me tell you what I think, okay? I don't care if Donald Trump's a racist. Look, my neighbor, let me tell you what my neighbor did, okay? I'm the acting manager right now of this place because the manager's in the Bahamas. I keep saying Aruba, the Bahamas. On a boat, on a cruise, going around the Caribbean. Her dad and mom don't have command. I have to sign off for repairs. That's cool, right? It's simple. It's free. I get a little bonus perks. I can throw eviction notices at people who piss me off. But let me tell you what pissed me off today, my friends. Okay, I love all of you. Okay, and I'm an American. Pee-wee and Higgins. I'm more American than you can think. I had to call the sheriff today. Why? Son of a bitch took American flag. Oh, you can burn American flags. That's fine, right? Pee-wee's like, ow, that's probably not the problem. The son of a bitch took a fucking knife, a sword, a meat cleaver, and a fucking big ass knife. I mean, you're looking at, let me show you, a machete. Picture a knife like this, okay? Kids, turn it off if you're running. Picture a knife like this, right? Stabbed into the ground. Not mine, because the knife was confiscated. But multiple knives, multiple swords, multiple this, stabbed into the ground, into an American flag. The neighbor, Vodka Boy, is saying, no offense to the word, fuck America. Well, you know what? Because his Kamala Harris didn't win. He's already pissed off that Biden got kicked out and drummed out. Look, old man Biden, I will agree with Higgins and Pee-wee. The guy had some mental faculty problems. But the thing is, I forecasted through polls, data, the good Lord, etc., etc. I did the same method I did. But guess what? What I can say with certainty is I didn't get a fucking massive blowout like Alan Lichtman, who claimed the 13 keys is forecasting Kamala Harris as winner. When I saw him being attacked left and right and it was over, he had to backpedal, being like, I'm not backpedaling. You know what? I'm here to say I will be here to talk about the issues, okay? And the issues tonight is a full beer glass, but the truth is this. People are complaining about the price of food. I mean, look, you come to the island, okay? Let me just basically base it on island price. The other day, there's a woman I got into it with. She spent $300 for snacks. She could have got $300 in good snacks and snacks that's the same. And I showed her on my tablet of Costco. Costco prices are pretty good. Let me show you something, okay? Chloe is going to Costco tomorrow because there's $2.97. You're probably wondering, Higgins is like, oh, well, $2.97. Yeah, probably Higgins is paying like 6 to 8 for his little better cheddars, right? Let me show you this. There's 3.5 pounds bratwurst. See, look at this. 3.5 pounds, 7 bratwurst stacked 2. Guess what? $2.97 for these. Pork's on sale this week. Costco. What is she doing? She's gonna go fill my freezer up. Yeah. Why? Because that's the plan. Sandwich meat? I paid $10.99 for 3 packs of sandwiches. Look at this. This is, oh, it says Chloe, right? This is Kirkland Black Forest ham. Oh yeah. How long have these been in here? Oh, that must have been the other night. Oh well. I'll just reheat them in the morning. Roast beef. Chicken. $10 for 3. $5.99 for 2 of these. $4.99. Zoe's probably sitting there shaking her boots. For 2 loaves of buttermilk bread. Look at this. $4.99. So for $25, I have plenty of sandwich making. Yeah. And we're getting more. This is what you call economics. Now, if you can go and buy it on the island here, you're paying probably close to $150 for breads, sandwich makings, etc. Mayonnaise. Costco? No problem. So, here's the deal. All right. And by the way, beer is really cheap. Zoe, if you're listening and watching this morning, when I do upload this, beer is cheap at Costco. I was looking at beer prices. Now, we're not going to talk about the excess super duper beer. Oh, you know what? Anyways, so here's the deal, okay? A lot of you out there, I may have to run and use the toilet real quick and tinkle, but a lot of you out there, okay, literally is angry, all right? A lot of you are like, what happened? We forecasted. Well, maybe Donald Trump said his little secret in Madison Square Garden, which didn't mean jack diddly crap. Maybe the jokers were right, and maybe the Hispanic Latinos didn't care about being called trash. No one knows, right? But I'm not going to judge Donald Trump for his campaign issues. What I'm going to say is Americans need to get their heads out of their ass and realize that the president doesn't control the price of groceries. So if that's why you went and said everything's crappy, well, that's your opinion. But to me, in 4 years, I've been expected to be railroaded, loaded in a car, and sent off to the gulags because that's what Sister Pee Wee said many times. Out when Biden gets in, we're all going to die. 4 years later, another election, we didn't die. This time around, we may, but I'll explain how it is. Let me use the restroom for a second. Okay. Before I go and finish my beer, I would like to tell you guys a lovely story. You see, Americans around the country are doing videos like this, but mine are too cheesy and I don't get enough viewers because, well, I don't have 30, 40, 50,000 viewers. Well, let me tell you a story. I don't have any beef or ill will towards President Trump. I never have. Fortunately, I just have my own opinions, but it's not like other people talking about him needing to be plugged or assassinated or his cronies need to be assassinated. No. The thing is, there's too many people out there that think it's doom and gloom. Alright? I mean, to me, if I could drink a pint of beer with Steve Bannon, why not, right? I think he's cool. But my point is, I'm not the enemy, okay? My point is even as my apartment manager knows if she comes back because she's afraid for her safety because she's a white woman and she's afraid she'll never be accepted with a interracial marriage because she's thinking of marrying a 6'6" to 7 foot tall African American man. Now here's the kicker, okay? A lot of people out there are worried about same-sex marriages or Social Security going away or Medicare, Medicaid. Now, I can't tell you the truth, okay? I can't. Because I don't know the truth, okay? The truth isn't in my vision. All right, Pee Wee can say, oh, wow. No. What I'm trying to say is I don't know the truth on the facts that we don't have the evidence that what Donald Trump's going to do. There's people out there spewing from the left wing saying that Donald Trump is going to be a dictator on day one. He's never going to leave office. My father-in-law texted me a whole bunch of stuff about he's got to leave office after 4 more years. Maybe he can fix things. Republicans are saying, oh, well, we'll just put J.D. Vance in. Maybe you all want Republicans the rest of your life. That's fine. Again, it's your job. Okay. Chloe, of course, she's afraid. Chloe thinks she's going to be rounded up, killed because she's trans. Okay, cool. Right. Great. No, I frankly am tired of listening to Chloe's crap to a point, okay? And I'm tired of getting messages like, I'm sorry, Pee-wee, if I have to use my tablet, but I want to share with you. Let's just close this because I keep freaking getting tired of these notices. Okay. And she's like, what's going on? What's going on? Yeah. So, in a second, I will show you the notices, or not notice, but read you some of the comments that I'm getting, okay? Like, for example, Chloe's mom is paying for Chloe's passport because Chloe's mom says, and the survey says, and I sent the copies of this, yes, you need to look at options if you want to go to Mexico or Canada. She says, I wouldn't hedge bets on that. He'll have full power, no guardrails. That means you and everyone else is not protected. Best to be prepared, in my humble opinion. You never know, just be prepared. Plus, my kid isn't full-time with you, so therefore I have to protect my kid and their safety. You see? What do you guys think? What do you guys think? Their safety. Yeah, think about it. So, before I go and log off soon, I just want to say that we don't know what's going to happen, all right? I get all these negative people posting saying, oh, Rita, you're a craphead or whatever. Look, I love all of them, okay? But truthfully, we don't know if he's going to implement Project 2025. If he does, let's just say hypothetically he does, okay? Don't mind me if I drink a beer and play with my tablet at the same time, okay? Because I would like to talk about something very important as a woman, okay? There's a lot of people talking to these former Republicans who are Democrat, and they're saying things like, oh my God, what do we do? We're going to lose our community because of other crap. I'm going to see if this actually stops at 30 minutes Or do I need to continue? Okay, there. So, So apparently I need enough materials to make a brownie, which I need butter. Excuse me, Mr. Shipping Guy, do you have any butter? Oh, you got brownies right there. Let me just use the brownie little thing the shop has. Okay. Alright, then I need a sandwich, which I just saw a sandwich, I think. I guess I thought I saw a sandwich. Oh well. Let me see. Sandwich and 3 sugar cubes. You got the sugar cubes here. Yes, you do. The shop has it. Okay, so train 2 goes out. Alright. Point is, the American people need to realize that Donald Trump ain't to be blamed for this election debacle. Yeah, it's the American people. And there's a lot of American people out there complaining. Here we go. Let's get some. What was it I need for the airplane? Complaining that Donald Trump is the problem. I'm sorry, okay? I'm sorry to say Donald Trump is not, I repeat, is not the problem. Now, you guys can sit there and say, well, who is the problem? I'll tell you who the problem is, okay? I'll tell you. There's 2 types of people in this world, in my opinion. It ain't the Pee-wees and it ain't the Higgins. Sometimes you need to listen to the Higgins and the Pee-wees when they say something like red wave or red mirage, alright? Fortunately, we're at fault for not listening. We just think, oh, no, Kamala's going to win. We're going to have a female president. Now I don't think we'll ever have a female president unless the Republicans think Nikki Haley would be a good president. And by the way, we won't go there. So, anywho. Oh, I think I found some sugar. Yeah, here we go. So, my point being is, oh, here's that sandwich I need for the choo-choo. 2. Okay, so I need 3 more popcorns. But now I got potato chips to make. Alright, so. Problem is, it's the American people that voted for him. So if there's any problems and you don't like what you got, and I'm talking about buyer's remorse, don't come crying to me because, frankly, I didn't vote for either party. Now, fortunately, there's nothing I can do about it. I always thought it'd be cool to have a female president, but it seems Americans are racist, sexist, misogynist, which we're not blaming Donald Trump for, and they think, well, it's okay to do what they're doing. Yes. So in my opinion, I think, as I said time and time again, that the Americans need to realize we're a democracy, a republic, if we can keep it. Did we sell our democracy? Maybe. There's a lot of people that are claiming we sold it for a bag of groceries. I can't tell you if it's true or not. That's between you and the bag of groceries. Yes, but the truth is in the pudding, people. A lot of people are scared. They're worried that Project 2025 will be implemented, which I'm going to say maybe, maybe not. It's a 50-50 chance. And I say 50-50 because, you know, you can't call me stupid, okay? Yeah, Chloe calls me stupid. My father-in-law doesn't call me stupid. Higgins doesn't call me stupid. Sister Pee-wee's never called me stupid. But, problem is, well, she has when it comes to pot or booze. But that's a different story. But let's talk about the truth here. Truth is, as long as there's a Democratic control over the the Senate and the House, and they can't get 60 votes or 60% of the votes to pass bills, they're going to stonewall. They're going to basically object. They're going to delay things until the 2 years is up. And then Americans may or may not vote for a Democrat. I mean, look, the Latinos. Let's just say that Project 2025 is real. Donald Trump goes and says, okay, no offense to the YouTube algorithm. And he decides, I'm going to deport all the brown people. Yeah, I've heard that many times, so I just had to throw that. Latinos, Hispanics, Asians, whatever, the Pee-wees, they all deport them, right? And then he gets this idea, I'm going to deport all the African-American people to Africa. And then there's only whites here. And then he says, oh, look at here. I could be president for life because I just deported 40, 50, 60, 70 million people. Yeah, at the cost of the taxpayers. It costs us approximately $100 billion a year, they say, just to deport about 1 million people a year. It would take approximately 20 to 25 years to deport 25 million people. Do we have him for that long? Maybe if he's over 100 years old. But then, people, then you got these people that turn around. I'll get that email later. Then you got these people that turn around and they're like, oh, Donald Trump's going to make himself dictator for life. How do we know this? He's got one term. They can't change the Constitution. He gets one more full term. Look, he's like Grover Cleveland, okay? But Grover Cleveland could have had another term. I think he lost his third term. But FDR, one term after the next term, he died fourth term. That's when, and this is true history, that's when Truman changed the laws with the help for 2 terms. It could be 2 non-consecutive terms. This is what Trump's getting. And when people say I'm stupid, think of Grover Cleveland. He was a president. He said he'd be back in 4 years, and he was. Donald Trump, people say, look, the truth is I didn't expect him to win, okay? But I don't want to sit here and argue with you guys why he won. I'm still trying to figure that out, okay? But when I come up with a logical answer for you, I will give it. Now, the problem is with the American people is they voted. Half the country didn't vote. Half the country sat home on their couch and let it go. They thought, oh, yeah, if everyone goes out, right, we're going to have a blue tsunami. We won't have to lift a finger. The numbers are weird, but I'm not challenging the numbers. I'm not challenging anyone. What I'm saying is if you want to rock the boat, go ahead. But I'm also saying for Project 2025, if they do implement it and they get rid of the African American, and the brown people, we have a problem, okay? Now, Project 2025 is also saying that they're going to force everyone, my aunt's worried, she's Mormon, to submit to their own religion. Who knows? I thought, we have 2 years to get through it to midterms again. Let's see what happens in midterms. In the meantime, if the Democrats stonewall everything, then what's Donald Trump going to do? Executive orders? Maybe. But I'm not here to be negative towards the man. He just got reelected, okay? I'm here to say, look at the big pictures. As long as there's Democrats, you guys shouldn't be freaking in panic mode saying, oh, well, yeah, we're going to die. As long as there's Democrats basically in a wall to back up Washington. I mean, for all we know, he keeps talking about draining his swamp. What if he can't? Again, think about it. Eventually he will, or his family will, or J.D. Vance will. Point is all these people are sitting there putting fear into people, okay? He said, "Oh, I'll be a dictator day one." Okay, well, I heard the whole arguments myself. That's why I was basing it off of, is the voters going to vote for a dictator, if it's possible, or are they going to vote for common sense Kamala? Well, apparently, people don't want a woman. Women don't want women. Men don't want women. And then there's the fear tactics of African-American woman who's Hindu, black, mixed race. That's cool. Kamala comes out. She's vice president. Has good experience, but she's still following on the coattails of Biden. And frankly, I want to say this for the American people out there watching and seeing too many people complaining about their videos. Like, now, let me put it this way. There's a lot of people out there that don't care if the brown people or the African American people get deported. They don't care. All right, deportation. Are they taking away jobs? Maybe, but what happens if all these people don't do it? Your grocery bill goes up because they're not in the fields of eastern Washington, eastern Oregon, in the deserts, burning themselves, picking your fruit, vegetables, and anything else. No, but not my problem, right? I don't eat a lot of vegetables anyways. A lot of people can't afford it. So, point is, it goes like this. All right, you guys sit there and you like beer. What if you go out one day and the farmers say they can't harvest their hops or their wheat to make beer, and your beer price goes up double, triple, or quadruple? You gonna blame the president who deported these illegals? No. You're gonna blame yourself because you couldn't get off your butt to do the job to go pick the hops or the grapes or whatever to make your beverage. Instead, you're paying high prices. It's going to be like that when that. And then you hear the rumors of Project 2025 when they say, well, we're going to go after the Justice Department is going to go after you. Okay. Or we're going to axe the Department of Education. Well, maybe we should look into that before those allegations are made. I'm still doing some study on that, okay? Then you hear he's going to round up all the people that aren't religious and force them into Christianity. Maybe. But you should remember, Americans have Mormonism. Some people are Islamic. You're going to tell the Muslims that they have to give up their Quran? The Muslim people, or the Muslims, are so devoted to their own religion. I read the book of Quran, see? And they are so devoted to the Quran that they would rather die than give up their religion of Islam, or the Quran. Okay? They have the Book of Mormon, you have this, you have that. Now, all these people are saying, well, he's going to go after all these people that are LGBTQ. From what I understand, he isn't. He's basically saying, look, the schools are indoctrinated. You don't go into a classroom, and then Pee-wee knows this, and Higgins knows this, and you come out a girl. You don't just go in and they convert an operating room in the hospital. It doesn't happen. You got to have 2 years of therapy, 2 years of hormones, and then you can get big old Mr. Knish converted into a cooter. Think about it. Yeah. So it's not like they walk in and then 24 hours later they say, look, mommy, I got rid of my penis. It doesn't work that way, okay? So but I will say for the record that I don't think someone who's like myself is going to be targeted because I support the issues at hand. Is look at these people, okay? Has anyone ever seen that TV show or that YouTube documentary, What is a Woman? And they show doctors like, oh, well, if we can't get these kids at 3 years old to pass like a genetic girl, like the Pee-wees and the Zoes, then they're going to get ridiculed. Look, you should let them have their sex change between the ages of 35 and 80. Let them look like a brick face. Oh, yeah, look at me. I mean, let's put it this way, okay? You want brick face, you want something, okay? And I'm going to make fun of two people here as I'm the owner and I love Pee-wee dearly. Think of her husband deciding, Fumblebum having sex scene. He's got the wig on and everything. He's like brick face, I'm just, or Higgins wearing a wig and be like, all right, my name is Higginas. And then there's, her husband says Fumblebum. So let's just say Fumbina. I'm Fumbina, right? At their age, they won't pass. So, the literally. But they have to pay for it themselves. That's the thing. These people are tired of paying for the benefits. But then you hear these people talking about Project 2025 and cutting Medicare, cutting Social Security. My father-in-law says they may not put anyone else on it that's disabled. What if Higgins turns around and say, "Oh, I'm sorry, Higgins, you can't have your extra benefits and get extra money because the Trump administration says no, there's no money for it." Okay. Or whatever, right? I'm not trying to pick on Higgins, okay? But the bottom line is, think about it. All these people are coming up with these bogus craps. I mean, look, we got till the 20th. Chloe's mom is so worried Chloe's going to be assassinated that she wants her baby to go to Mexico or Canada. I'll drink to that, right? Now, I have a passport. I said I was going to leave the country, so he asked me about that, but I have a problem, you see. Here's the problem with people. Unless you're fully prosecuted or killed, you can't go into a country and claim political asylum. It doesn't work that way. Yeah, it doesn't work that he's doing it. So you can't just get a passport, go over to, say, Australia and say political amnesty. It doesn't work that way. Or asylum. Yeah, sorry. Political asylum. Fortunately, there you have it, you see. So a lot of people are, transgender. Oh, well, and then you have all these people. We're going to fight. Look, if Donald Trump is truly, really happy about protecting your First Rights Amendment, he'd go to Google and say, look, you've been censoring people that are talking. I mean, the reason I keep telling you guys time and time again the election isn't stolen is because, and Pee-wee should know this by now, and Higgins, the algorithm. Okay. People need to know the truth eventually, but YouTube is the only place in the world that will censor you, even if you have a Donald Trump presidency. Yeah. So, the bottom line is, for all of you out there, is what will happen. No one knows. Will Higgins lose his benefits? Will Pee-wee lose their retirement? Will the stock market crash under Elon Musk? Higgins says, oh, you need to have proof. Proof's in the pudding, Higgins. Just Google YouTube. That's what you're good at. Just put it in. Search for it. But don't take my word for it. Personally, here's what I'm saying to you all tonight. I can't wrap my head around the numbers, okay? I'm a numbers girl. But I will tell you out of love that I don't wish ill on any person. I just like to poke fun at him. But you see me poking Donald Trump? No. I'm basically being serious here when I say there's too many people out there saying the LGBTQIAs can be rounded up. The disabled. Let's just say I heard my dad tonight talking, right? All the disabled are going to be rounded up, right? And first thing I popped into my head for rounding up disabled people is I know Pee-wee's told me about her son is disabled. And Higgins. I thought, wow, so they'll round up Pee-wee's children, who's disabled, Higgins, who's disabled, and Chloe, and me and anyone else. So he's going to go after us. That's what Dad said. But how do we know that? Well, we don't. So until we get solid concrete proof, what is he going to do? We don't know. I mean, look, I analyzed everything. I've reviewed everything. But the mainstream media, they're not even talking about Donald Trump being a dictator and saying what he's going to take over the world. Look, the Constitution's ingrained. He can't take a blowtorch to our Constitution. They can't take a blowtorch to our Medicare, Medicaid. I mean, Donald Trump had an idea 4 years ago, 5 years ago, to give food boxes to people, So Higgins goes in, let's just say Higgins has food stamps. Oh, I'm hungry. Here's a food box. And he looks at it. It's stale bread and water and maybe some peanut butter and crackers. Yeah. I mean, that was his idea back then. But people were like, no. But you see where I'm going with this? Until we absolutely know with 100% concrete accuracy what's going to happen, we cannot, quote unquote, make an assumption. There's too many people out there saying that he's going to be a dictator. He's going to take away Social Security. He's going to take away Medicare. He's going to take away food stamps. He's going to take away everything. Well, if he's going to take away all my benefits, he should be taking away all Higgins' benefits because, well, then we're equal. You see, thing is there's a lot of things in the world that don't make sense. And, all these elderly who sat there, right? And, you have the elderly block. That should have been 70 million, 75 million voters. Didn't happen. Yeah. 20 to 30 million for the LGBTQ community, QIA plus. That didn't happen. Then you have the women with their abortions voting for Kamala Harris. Maybe 40, 50 million, right? So I'm just giving numbers here. Abortion wasn't on the ballot. No one cares. Even Zoe explained that to me. Food prices, they do care about. But did they really sell the country up for a bag of groceries? No, because if they did sell the country up for a bag of groceries, they would have had a bag of groceries by now. Yeah, today. But instead, they think, people are saying, oh, the country was sold up for lower food pricing. Biden did a good job on the economy, but problem is, people want cheaper gas. OPEC chooses gas pricing. Yeah, not us, remember. There's too many people. And then you have the mainstream media saying the reason Donald Trump won is he put too much fear into the people. I mean, look. The sex change video about kids going to schools, coming out sex changes, that's not true. That was the only thing that made me laugh, okay? Now, the Donald Trump going to the group home or old folks home, I thought that was funny. Yeah, I thought it was priceless. There was 2 commercials, I thought, but when I saw the videos with Pennsylvania and Michigan, I thought that those videos were lame, okay? Talking about how you can talk crap about Detroit and yada, yada, yada. Thing is, there's a lot of people out there that, African Americans and Hispanics that maybe work in Detroit that think, yeah, Donald Trump's right. If we let Kamala Harris come in, the entire country will be like Detroit. Look, that was a lie, okay? The truth is look at and I'm going out on a limb here for Pee Wee and Higgins. Look at the homeless camps in Seattle and California and Oregon. You can't get around them, okay? So that is what I call a trash can. Yeah, so think about it, my friend. Think about it. I love you dearly, but you guys got to realize, Americans out there need to realize that in the end, what are you really truly afraid of, right? It could happen, it could not happen. It's a 50-50. But if it does happen, I just want to say it. I'm not to be the blamed for Higgins or Pee Wee's or my disability or retirement or whatever taken away. It's your guys' problem because you guys didn't listen. But that's a 50% chance. Right now, we're in the clear because President of the United States is still Joe Biden. And he said he was going to be a one-term president. So, out of love for you all, think about it. My beer is almost done, so think about it, peeps. You Americans really afraid? Look at my neighbor. He's literally spewing so much hate he put a knife into a flag, a sword, a machete, a dagger. The Popo's unhappy. Please. Why? Because the guy's mentally unstable. And yeah. But we won't tell you what happened to him. But he talks about going downtown in where I live with a shotgun and picking off anyone he hears voted for Trump. Is that right to take someone's life because you're pissed off at Trump? Trump didn't do this. The American people voted him in. Donald Trump. Well, he thinks, Donald Trump is lazy and didn't basically campaign on lies. And, there is some misinformation out there, yes. But I don't use Facebook. I don't use X. It is what it is. But, like I said, we have to get past all this. So, until he literally says, I'm going after everyone's Social Security check or retirement or Medicare or Medicaid or whatever. I mean, yeah. Or, anything else that you guys are afraid of. Then you could sit there and if you have proof, do it. But right now, we still got till January 20th. So, in my opinion, take a chill pill, relax, and quit making crap up about what you guys don't know anything. You're sitting there, one guy's like, you're in communities, take up arms, grow plants, eat food, plant your foods, and take up arms. Okay, cool. That's great. I mean, literally, that's great. I don't think, the teachers are all going to be rounded up and killed. Wow. Like I said, when it happens, then you can change your tune. In the meantime, that's all I gotta say. So, with that said, everyone, I hope you liked my video. Just remember, the people have spoken. And until I can get my head wrapped around things. By the way, I told my therapist I'm going to be drinking a beer in front of her just to be annoying. Why? Because I can. So, with that said, everyone, please look for another video. I love all of you, especially you, Pee-wee and Higgins. We just need to quit poking the polar bear because I was overwhelmed yesterday of what happened. A lot of Americans are. But you know what? It's not the president-elect's fault. It's the people's fault for voting. And until we get some solid concrete proofs. And by the way, I'm not going to accept any videos, Higgins, of you trying to prove that he didn't say this or that. I've seen him heard about certain things about Social Security I can't confirm or deny right now. But the old thing about dictator day one, he said that. There's other things he said too. But can we guarantee he will or will not publish or support Project 2025? I can't tell. There's a lot of people saying we're lost our democracy and we lost a republic and blah, blah, blah. Maybe because they don't like Republicans. I don't know. So, with that said, we'll continue this tomorrow when I'm awake. In the meantime, please add and subscribe. Please post comments, leave feedback, suggestions, like, subscribe button, social fun for your family, including your dogs, cats, bunnies, service dogs, service bunnies. Hit the bell notification, thumbs up button. Keep comments nice. All we ask. Thank you. God bless you in everything you do.